I want to congratulate our new executive director and Congressman Ryan for putting all the communities together. This is a collaboration of both counties and of the townships and cities that are involved in both counties. This is very important. And I remember when this was first brought to our table, there was some resistance from the commissioners because we realized the amount of money that was being asked, but the benefits down the road for having an economic engine such as this will be at the Port Authority was for the betterment of the community. And I'm here to tell that and say that we have people here in this community right now that are starving for work. And one of the things that I hope that we never hear is that proposals are turned away from either county, that everybody has an opportunity to submit their ideas to the Port Authority. We have labor represented here in this community. They're going to be looking for our help. They're going to be looking for assistance to the Port Authority to make it easier here to do business. We all know what it is to deal with banks right now. Even though the government bailed the banks out, money is still tight. So this opportunity that we have here now is thinking out of the box. It's a regional collaboration of all communities. Everybody has stake in this. So as this thing goes, so do we. And the public is going to be looking to see results. And I'm feel very positive that through the Port Authority, we're now going to be able to lure more business in the area, as Congressman Ryan has stated. So we're here to work with you. I hope the community will be ready. If they have proposals, they can start coming up to the Port Authority. I'm glad there's going to be 2 offices in each county, which will make it a lot easier to do business. And again, I want to congratulate our new executive director. Thank you.
And if I could just add one more thing. I think it's important to note that when I was considering this job and first started interviewing for it, I think the thing that really made it exciting was the regional collaboration here. I actually know a couple of other people that applied for and were interviewed for the position, and they all had the same story. What was interesting was the regional collaboration, because today when businesses move into a community, they want to make sure that government is behind them. Not only a great workforce, which this community does, but also that the government partners are working well together, that they're going to be welcomed into a community. I felt that certainly during the interview process, and I'm certainly hoping that that's what the businesses will feel and hear in the future.
How is this different than what the Chamber is already doing?
Could you talk about the tools of the Port Authority?
Well, a port is, you know, they have defined things that they can do through Ohio Revised Code. Pretty much things that most municipalities can do. But the difference with the Port Authority is that's all they do is the economic development. Whether it's a Port Authority, I came from a maritime port, and there's aviation ports, there's just financing ports, is to interface with the business community on a daily basis, to work with them, to give them tools, to make them stronger. So whether it's through financing, a number of different financing options where port authorities can actually own the property or the project, lease it back, offers great bottom line and off-balance sheet financing for different corporations, and that may help in their taxes, sales tax savings, whether it's through a bond fund where you can go to the smaller businesses that can't get funding through the capital markets, can't go to Wall Street and get a lower rate or better rates. With a bond fund or a structured financing that a lot of port authorities are offering, and we hope to create here, that's another opportunity. So it's really on those very defined powers that port authorities have that are not the end, the beginning and end of it all, but are certainly additional tools to work with the communities and what they're already offering, and to say, we don't have just 1 or 2 things, we have a whole layer of things, and then you pick the best of everything that works for that particular project. So that's where their value comes in.
So the Chamber, goes to China, for example, or goes to Silicon Valley or wherever and says, hey, here's an area, here's all of the assets. Then I think when a specific deal comes, we have the Chamber with does their economic development analysis on, you know, bringing the state people together, whether the state tax credits, whether the state incentives, whether the, you know, tax credits or tax incentives that the local county or city can provide. And now you also have at the table your economic development, your Port Authority saying, in addition to those, we're going to bring this to the table as well. So it's a more sophisticated way of handling your economic development.
Now, are the foreign trade zone powers also something that'll fall under what you'll be dealing with?
Yes, yes, they will. I manage the Foreign Trade Zone program in Cleveland, so very familiar with it and very familiar with working with the Foreign Trade Zone Board in Washington to push those applications through, and really to get out to the companies and explain what a foreign trade zone is and how that can help their bottom line. So again, working with the existing communities and the counties, with their economic development folks, they're the ones who know those businesses and can, you know, once they get familiar with what a foreign trade zone is, could either bring me out or could go out and start that conversation, but really start working with companies to see if they're, you know, if that's an added tool that helps them.
Great. Well, I'd like to just thank everybody again for coming. This was a real team effort, and a lot of the people you see standing here were part of the interviewing process, and who really took a very open approach to this, getting everybody involved. And again, congratulations to our new director. This is just going to be terrific. It's going to take some time, but we've got, I think, all the tools in place now to, as the economy turns around, start making things happen. So thank you, everyone. And I think we're going to hang out and eat a little bit. So, well, it's our welcome to the Mahoning Valley. You got to eat, right? All right. Thank you. Great.
Great job. Points under pressure.
On to the next one.